everybody, welcome back to Mid-Level Media, and this is going to be a little bit of a different type of video, and I've started this video like 20 times already. I don't know how to start this video. I get that way sometimes, guys. I just get very jittery and I'm just like, how do I approach this? How do I talk about this? But I wanted to talk about restraint today as a physical media collector. I wanted to talk about making better choices, and I have an example of a movie that I may do a little bit of a review on as well, but Crimes of the Future on Blu-ray. I watched this recently because I wanted to get the second sight 4K, but then I thought to myself, Ken, stop being an idiot. You haven't seen the movie, but you have the movie. Watch it, see if you like it, and then maybe you can get the 4K release. So I wanted to talk about that for a little bit today here in this video, about showing restraint, about making better choices. I'm always talking about, you know, what I'm going to buy, what I'm excited to buy, and all of that stuff, what's coming out, and doing unboxings and showing off what I bought. I wanted to talk about maybe what I'm not going to buy here today on this video. So we're going to talk about Crimes of the Future as a movie, whether or not I'm going to upgrade it with this second sight 4K edition, and just what goes into the thought process of me when I'm deciding on what I need to purchase and what I don't need to purchase. Because at the beginning of every month, guys, believe it or not, I actually do try to budget myself at the beginning of every month. It doesn't feel that way when you're watching the Blu-ray audits that I do at the end of the month with my wife. You're like, oh, Ken's spending way too much. He's spending way more than he needs to. He's buying these movies. He's not watching them. Whatever you guys say. I don't know what you guys are saying. I hear you in the comments section, but you know, who knows what everybody else is saying about me. I have no idea half the time, but it's, you know, it's hard as a collector. You know, this is a channel for collectors by a collector. So I like to dive into these like internal struggles that we all feel, because if you're watching this channel, you're a collector. You love buying physical media. That's why you're here. I'm a very collector-centric channel. So I feel like everybody that's watching me on the other side of this camera that I'm filming on has felt the way that I have felt at some point in time. You just don't feel like, you know, you feel like you're buying too much. You feel like you're buying movies for no reason sometimes. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Inside, we always try to justify why we're making the purchases that we are. With Crimes of the Future on 4K from Second Sight, I almost bought it. I was trying to justify it. I was like, it's a Second Sight edition, and I just wanted in my collection, you know, to add on the shelf next to all my other Second Sights. Who cares if the movie's good? It's a Second Sight 4K. I know they do great work. It's got special features. It's got a booklet. That's good enough, right? It doesn't matter if the movie is crap or not. So I try to justify it in my mind. We always try to justify these purchases. So I'm trying though, guys. I'm trying to make better choices. And to be honest, I'm trying every single month. And I'm failing, but I do feel like I'm spending less because I do the audits at the end of the month than I would otherwise. I feel like I would be just kind of running wild if there was no accountability. So I like having that accountability. But let's go ahead and talk about Crimes of the Future though. This Blu-ray came out in August of 2022, and Decal kind of did us dirty here a little bit. So this Blu-ray came out, and there's only one 4-minute special feature making of documentary on Crimes of the Future. And that's it. It's a very bare bones release. It's got that making of. It might have a theatrical trailer as well. And then in January, they did a 4K. Decal did a 4K release of Crimes of the Future, and they added in a bunch of cast interviews, a director interview with David Cronenberg, and all that stuff. So they added in all the extra features. Not only did they upgrade it like 5 months later, they added a bunch of new special features in. And some people had said that they announced that at the same time that this Blu-ray came out, but I don't remember that at all. But anyway, I bought this Blu-ray because I was interested in it. I like David Cronenberg as a director. I love Videodrome, The Brood, Scanners, you know, some of the other movies that he did. You know, The Fly, of course, is a classic. You know, History of Violence. He's done a lot of really good movies, and I wanted to watch this because it was his return to horror sci-fi. I don't think he made a movie in like 8 years, and a lot of people were just saying this movie was very strange and weird and sci-fi horror, and I like that kind of stuff. I liked Infinity Pool. It's one of my favorite movies of the year, directed by his son, Brandon Cronenberg. So wanted to check this movie out, so I bought the Blu-ray, and then the 4K was announced. And, you know, I bought the Blu-ray, but I didn't watch it because why would I watch a movie that I bought, right? We do that all the time. We buy movies and we don't watch them, and we're like, well, we'll get to it eventually, right? So I put this on the back burner. Then the 4K was announced, and I was like, I'll have to watch the Blu-ray before I upgraded to 4K. Then the second sight was announced, and I was like, damn it. Like, I need to just go ahead and watch this movie so I know if it's worth upgrading or not. And then I got to a point, and this was announced the same time that It Follows was, And I ordered It Follows, but I told myself then, I was like, you don't need to order Crimes of the Future, Ken, because I don't feel like Crimes of the Future is going to sell as well. And it's still available right now. So I was kind of right. It's still on Diabolic right now for 45 bucks. So I was like, you don't need to order this right now. Wait, hold off on it. Watch this movie first and then maybe order it. And then it just got to the point where I was like, I'm just going to order this damn thing. And I almost did it. But then I was like, I don't need to do it because I have the damn movie. I don't know what I spent on this. I think 15 or 16 bucks maybe. I spent that money on this Blu-ray release. I need to enjoy and watch this Blu-ray release that I spent my money on before I throw even more money into this movie. And then I'm at like 60 bucks or almost 70 bucks with tax and shipping and all that stuff for a movie that I don't even care for. So I came to my senses, guys, and I'm trying to make smarter choices. That's what this whole video is about. I'm trying to make smarter choices. So I thought to myself, I don't need to order this. I need to watch this Blu-ray. And then if I like the Blu-ray or I like the movie, then I can order the second sight 4K. Well, it's kind of hard because I watched this movie, and let me talk about this movie for a little bit. It's a really good movie, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I actually think it would be pretty high up on my David Cronenberg ranking if I were to rank all the movies of his that I've seen. I've probably seen like 12 or 13 of his films. It might be in my top 5. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. And it was one that I didn't know I enjoyed so much while I was watching it. But then by the time it got to the end, there's some really cool like twists and turns that happens. And then I just got exactly what they were going for. And all the performances were just incredible. Viggo Mortensen is amazing in this movie. Just he commits to this role. Such a weird character and a weird role. But he commits to it so perfectly, and I just loved every minute of it. And then you got Kristen Stewart in this movie. He's playing a very strange character. Léa Seydoux is in this film, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but she's fantastic. So everybody in this movie was great, and I just really dug the story. It kind of goes into evolution of man, and it's set in the future, and Viggo Mortensen can grow like extra body parts because he's evolving a lot faster than everybody else around him. So he's like growing these body parts, but he's not allowing them to stick to form like a new digestive system. And so people resent him for that because he's able to grow these body parts and he's able to evolve, but he refuses to do it because he keeps having the organs cut out, and they're cut out like in the form of this like performance art with him and his partner Léa Seydoux. And so they're treating it like it's a play or like a Broadway play or something. They're performing these live surgeries. There's all this weird stuff that's going on. But I just really dug like the core story and just what it meant. And I don't know, I just liked everything about the movie. Visually, it was fantastic. So when I got to the end of this movie, I thought to myself, and I didn't think that I loved it when I was in the middle of watching it. It wasn't until the end, and then I just thought about it for like a whole day after I was done watching it, that I was like, damn, I really dug that movie. Maybe I should get the second sight release. But then I thought about it again, and I was like, I just watched it, and to be honest, like I'm kind of fulfilled, with Crimes of the Future. Do I need to go ahead and buy the second sight release? I enjoyed the Blu-ray. I don't know how many times I'm going to revisit this movie. I'll probably rewatch it at some point. But do I need the second sight? So now I'm rethinking my, the whole reason I watched this was so I could decide if I wanted the second sight edition or not. And it was almost like when I was watching, I was hoping that I wouldn't like it. And I would feel justified in the fact that I didn't pull the trigger on the second sight 4K. I'd be like, phew, that was a piece of crap. Good thing I didn't order that. But then the fact that I ended up liking it as much as I did, I'm kind of like, damn, like I didn't want to buy this second sight 4K, but now I feel like I need to because I did like the movie, but at the same time, I feel fulfilled. And I don't feel like I need to watch it again in 4K anytime soon. So do I really need this second sight 4K? So it's very conflicting, I know. But let me know if you all ever like have these thoughts, because I'm endlessly fascinated by, collecting and just the psychology of collecting, and everybody's different mindsets, I think, are just super interesting. So, and getting into the second sight release just a little bit, there are tons of new special features and interviews. There's all the special features they put on that decal 4K with all the actor interviews and director interviews. And then there's a bunch of new interviews as well. There's a new commentary. There's a whole like booklet But do I need all that stuff? That's what I have to keep telling myself. Do I need all that stuff? Do I need to spend, you know, $45 extra on this movie that I just watched? And like I said, I feel like I got my fill of it. And there's so much stuff coming out this fall. So do I need to devote $45 more to a movie that I did really like? But do I need it? And that's the internal struggle, guys. Do you need it? Need versus want. And to be honest, we don't need any of this stuff, right? You know, I think as film fans, we like to tell ourselves that we do need it because if we really love the movie or really like the movie, somebody's going to take it off of streaming or take it from us, and we need to have it in our collection forever so it survives and we can rewatch it whenever we want to. So we tell ourselves that we need this stuff when we don't need any of it. So yeah, guys, that's the struggle. And I'm trying, like I said, to make better choices, to spend less money. And there's some new releases that have come out this month that I didn't pull the trigger on. I haven't bought Night of the Comet yet. I wanted to get that one. I didn't buy Batman Mask of the Phantasm yet. I didn't buy Kick-Ass 2 on 4K. There's a lot of movies this month I haven't bought because I'm just holding off. And I do want to get them at some point, but I feel like they're dropping price just a little bit, you know, in a few weeks. So I am holding off, but again, I'll probably end up getting sooner rather than later for some of these titles. But Crimes of the Future, guys, look, David Cronenberg, I dug the hell out of this film. And I know a lot of people watched this and didn't like it. And I know some David Cronenberg fans that said they didn't like this, which I don't understand at all, because this to me was like a real return to like the 80s Cronenberg, like Videodrome Cronenberg. So I dug the hell out of it. So Crimes of the Future, I highly recommend as a film. Like if you're into David Cronenberg stuff and you like the weirdness, the sci-fi, the body horror, which I just dig all that stuff. But am I going to get the Second Sight 4K? To be honest, I'm still undecided. It's very possible I turn off the camera and the screen's up right now. I could just press order and get it. It's very possible that happens, but I'm going to try not to because I don't need it. I want it, but I don't need it. I don't need to spend that extra money on this release. But yeah, guys, I just thought I would, you know, make this video and just kind of bring you into my head space a little bit, because I like making these kind of videos because these are very real conversations that I feel like a lot of people that watch me have with themselves, and you all may need somebody to, you know, kind of verbalize it for you, to kind of to tell you that it's okay to think that way. It's okay to be that way. It's okay to struggle with our quote unquote addiction, which some people would say we have an addiction. I would say that, you know, if this is what we're addicted to, then I think we're doing pretty damn good. As long as we're not, you know, spending all of our mortgage money and money that we could be spending on groceries and stuff for our kids and all that stuff. As long as our families are taken care of and this is our only vice to get us through this life and this world, I think we're doing okay. So yeah, at the end of the day, guys, I'm trying to make better choices. I wanted to make you guys aware of it, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. So thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications for all future videos, and I'll see you next time.